It was a busy weekend. We had a Game 7. Donovan Mitchell, a chance to make the conference finals for the first time in his 9-year career here. So
What's funny is normally we have two opposing players.
Yeah.
No, it was all Cavs.
It was all Cavs. That's exactly right. And the question is Jared Allen the Cavaliers' secret weapon here?
You know, I had dinner with Dan Gilbert last night. He came over to our hotel. He goes, you know who the key to this whole thing is? You know, I was thinking Harden, Mitch. He goes, the key to this whole thing, the spark of this is Jared Allen. I said, really?
Yeah, you've heard of Game 6 Clay. Now you've heard of Game 7
Allen.
Allen. Exactly right. Evan Mobley.
Stretch the floor, big fella.
Yeah, knocks down the three as the shot clock expires there. And then the final seconds of the first year, Chene Mitchell pushing it up the floor.
Spider-Man, Bank of America, Chase, Wells Fargo.
All open on a Sunday for him. Crazy shot there. 2 minutes into the second, Mitchell drives.
Diamond.
Gives it over to Mobley. I love that you're just like a backup singer. So Diamond,
Ad-lib.
Vibin,
You know, he keeps
Allen.
change in his pocket.
Mitchell racked up 8 assists.
Sam was
by the
Sam.
way.
Sam was hooping.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Sam
he really
hooping.
was. The Cavaliers, they just dominated in this game. The blowout win for the Cavs, by the way, it sets up the first time in a playoff series that we've seen two teams come off 30-point wins. However, of course, the Knicks, they did it 2 weeks ago. It was 2 Sundays ago, 7 days before Cleveland closed out their series against Detroit. And Mitchell, he was asked about how he's feeling reaching his first conference finals.
A breath of fresh air, but like you said, we didn't just come here just to. That wasn't the goal when we started the season. Even last year, like when we lost Indiana, we had our goals set on getting to the finals, and we're just one step closer. But yeah, it's been almost a decade of running into the same issue, right? Like, you know what I mean? So sure, I personally and as a team, we can breathe a little bit, but in the same token, we can only breathe for about 12 hours and then get right back to it.
Would rather not have a 9-day break. You know, you're in a good rhythm, and then obviously you got to kind of just sit there and wait and those kind of things. So, I don't know. Ideally, if it was a 3 or 4 day break, that would be nice.
Yeah, Danny, it's sort of the rest versus rust conversation there.
It could be, you know, a blessing. It could be a curse. Like, for me, shout out to producer Jaron. He showed me, we had 7 days off when we were the Spurs in 2012.
Okay.
We won our first 2 series sweep. We had 7 days off.
Yeah.
My first game, I was 0 for 6. So, you know,
Are you
even though he's
blaming
showing some good shots here that I
rest?
made some, the rest was great, but it was great for the older guys. Like Manu, he needed it. He came in, he balled out. Steven
Right.
Jackson, of course, Timmy, Tony, those guys were well. For me, it took some time. Game 1 was close for us. We
Right.
played better in Game 2, but it takes some time to get that rust off. Luckily for the Knicks, they've been rolling. They have a lot of pieces, and I trust that they will keep it going.
That was against Perk. How was he in that?
Perk was decent. Producer Jaron also showed us he was
Decent.
a
That's good for Perk.
minus 17.
Wait, who?
I think Perk was a minus. Game 5 when they won.
Oh, my gosh,
But
Danny,
other than
you're
that,
just
Perk was pretty good.
Or putting our guy bless. Also, that was a very kind
Sorry,
edit
Perk.
from our producers. You're saying you're 0 for 6, and they're just
Yeah.
showing all makes here. But ultimately, going back to the Knicks and the Cavaliers, it was a twisty, windy path. But ultimately, these are the two teams, I think, Chene, that we thought were going to be in the Eastern Conference Finals midway through the season.
Commercial break, we were like, yes, we've got conference finals, and I think we've got two teams playing excellent basketball. This will come down to 2 things. Let me start with the first. The first 40 minutes will be dictated by the battle in the paint because those guys are truly the X factors, the surprise factors. Let's start with Karl-Anthony Towns. We're witnessing his renaissance, his renovation, because he is shooting 62% from the floor in the last series. Excellent, but he's not pressing. More importantly, 7.5 assists per game versus the 76ers. That is what is making New York separate.
Right.
That's what's helping them elevate. Now, on the other side, for the New York Knicks, it's interesting because when you think about the tandem, Mitchell Robinson versus the Cavs, in 2 games, he had 16 offensive rebounds in just 36 minutes. So the diversity of post players is going to be important going up against a Mobley, going up against an Allen. But Karl-Anthony Towns scoring, but more importantly passing, has given their offense more versatility. And Mitchell Robinson, he got one job to go out there and just be a beast on the boards. I know that Cleveland's riding high. Game 7 Allen, Evan Mobley looking like the guy we expect him to be. So it's going to be very key to see how New York handles that fervor from them.
And you would think that it's going to be probably Evan Mobley, right, on Karl Anthony Towns, because what the Cavaliers like to do, they like to put the other big, like Jared Allen, on who? Josh Hart. And let him sort of sag off of Josh Hart, dare him to shoot, and then roam a little bit. But what does that do? That means that Dean Wade or maybe Max Strus is going to be on Jalen Brunson?
Yeah, that's a mismatch all around. I don't think Cleveland has anybody that can guard Jalen Brunson in this series. That's where it comes in. You know, Cat, you have Evan Mobley. If he plays two-way like he's played in that last series against Detroit, he can kind of somewhat neutralize Carl Sabonis, as you would say. Like, he's out there playing like Arvidas Sabonis. But when it comes to Jalen Brunson, you have Donovan Mitchell, you have James Harden. Like, they're decent size, but Jalen Brunson's too quick. He's too crafty.
He's strong.
Max Strus, again, Dean Wade's got size, but he's not foot speed enough to keep up with Jalen Brunson. So this is going to be a tough matchup for them in terms of Jalen Brunson, but everybody else, I think they can kind of match up with.
And that's why I said the first 40 minutes will be the paint. The final 8 will be a shootout. And it's going to be cool because Donovan Mitchell, we've seen him have a 39-point second half, and Brunson, a former clutch player of the year. So, yeah, it might be more offense.
Right, and the Knicks offense has been humming as of late, right? And good news for the New York Knicks. Mike Brown, he said in practice today, according to our friend Ian Begley, that their guys, OG included, was a full
Gugwa. There you go.
I learned that today, that OG's first name is Agugwa. Agugwa. That's his full first name. All right, shall we pour one out for the Pistons over here? Let's take a listen to Cade, JB Bickerstaff, looking back at their season.
JB, just you guys took a step last year, take another big step this year, playing at home, Game 7, especially what you've just done in Cleveland. How big of a disappointment?
It's not a disappointment at all. I'm not ever will I be disappointed in these guys. These guys every single day give us what they got. So it is not a disappointment. It's a loss, and it's a tough loss. But that adjective will never be used as this group.
So the Pistons now, they turn to some important questions this summer. Jalen Duren, he's a restricted free agent. He didn't have the best postseason. Tobias Harris, Kevin Huerter, they are unrestricted free agents as well. And then next summer, they have decisions to make on Asar Thompson. On ESPN tomorrow, Cavaliers Knicks. It tips off at 8:30 Eastern. An NBA tip-off gets the night started. That's at 7. Also streaming on the ESPN app. And we are hitting the road as well. Getting on planes right after the show. Danny, Janae, you ready?
Did we upgrade our pictures yet? I feel like finally they upgraded yours a little.
I look a little scary here. I'm not gonna lie. I'm on Wendy Perk, Shams.
I'm like,
we are staring down the camera. All right, let's not look at us anymore. Let's talk to Wemby. My exclusive conversation with him. He's going to tell me why learning from the Shaolin monks has impacted him in ways he would never guess. And the WNBA's top 22s, they were feeling it.
They were.
Over the weekend. We're going to talk Asia Wilson.
Oh, that's cute.
Caitlin Clark. Plus, SGA added another trophy to his mantle. And the Thunder star, he was in a giving mood. You're going to want to watch.
Hey, Shay, I'm on your team, too.
I'll take a trench coat.
I'll take a trench and an AP.
Cropped like Chet's?
Yeah, I'll take whatever.
Modelo tastes good.